What's up, guys? We're back. Family Chantel, Season 3, Episode 3 aired. It is heating up, guys. I don't know if you guys are watching. I've actually watched it 3 times so far. I watched it early, I live tweeted it, and then I watched it again today. So let's just jump right in. So it happened. We have met Megan. She has entered the chat. Megan has entered the chat, guys. We know that she's from Savannah, Georgia. We also know she's 28. We also know River's 23. We have also learned that she has a son. So this is getting crazy, guys. So we all know that Chantel and Karen are not known for being accepting of people and their baggage. So what's really going to be interesting is River's really interested in Megan. Megan is really interested in River. They're taking it slow. They've been dating for 2 months so far. And I know this season they're going to introduce Megan to the family and things are going to get heated because anytime Karen has met any one of the people that her children are dating, things have gotten heated. There's been investigations. There's been huge dinner table fights. We just know with the family Chantel, things are never going to be easy and simple. But one thing that we know about Megan is she's a model and she's taking things slow, which I think is the best way to go with a relationship. Take things slow, never rush into anything. And I think that they are actually on the right track to being a great couple. So congrats to River on his new girl. Also congrats to River on the success of his released music that he put out, Exodus. She's doing really good. If you guys aren't streaming it, go ahead and stream that right now. And the next thing I want to talk about is we finally meet up with Nicole. So Nicole had last week had a breast enhancement surgery and she was healing. So now we have finally met up with Nicole and her new boobs and her lack of braces. Her braces are gone. And seems like everyone keeps walking up to her and grabbing her new boobs. And I'm pretty sure this is how the Me Too movement started. Let's not adopt that. Let's not do that. But that seems to be how her friends and her mom have been creating a way to get to know her new body. That's not something that we should probably take on. So it's interesting because Nicole feels that Alejandro is going to change his mind based on how he feels about the surgery, based on how she looks. I actually agree. Nicole looks amazing. She looks great. She feels confident. She's comfortable in her skin. And I think if that is what she wanted, that's exactly what she got from the surgery. And Alejandro is going to see her and he's probably going to feel a little differently about the statements that he made last week on the show. So Pedro is heading to New York and he is going to renew his passport because he plans on spending the holidays in the Dominican Republic. And I saw a preview. The whole family is going to be in the Dominican Republic this season. So you can only imagine how that's going to go. But he's also meeting up with a cousin that he has in New York to get information on his father's whereabouts. We have found out that his father was not in his life. He actually said that he's seen him 3 times. And he would come by late at night. One time they give him a bike. And then other times just late at night when he would go to sleep. So Chantel is worried and almost scared for the situation because Pedro doesn't really feel comfortable even talking about it or bringing up the memories. So she thinks actually finding his father is going to bring up a lot of pretty bad emotions and it's going to be a very emotional situation for him. And I think she's 100% right. So the New York trip turns into an all-out brawl because Pedro and Alejandro meet up. And actually, Alejandro actually bought a gift, was a peace offering, and he was hoping to make things better between he and Pedro, and it didn't go that way based on some comments that he made regarding Pedro's mother. And Pedro saying that he didn't care how they felt and he didn't care if they liked him or not. Turned into a literal all-out brawl on the streets of Brooklyn, and it was crazy, guys. There was a high kick in that fight that I found to be really impressive. I can't get my leg up that high, so Alejandro, of all people, with the high kick, which was pretty impressive. But Pedro actually dominated in the fight, and all the way to the point where Alejandro had to tell him to release him from his grasp. It was pretty intense. So I don't really know where this is going to go. And then we learned later in the episode that there's been issues between Nicole and Alejandro, and she doesn't even think that she wants to be with him anymore. So after all this, Pedro feels like, why was I fighting this guy if you guys aren't even together anymore? So we're going to have to see where that goes. And Nicole, with her new boobs and her newly non-braced mouth, she's ready to move on. And I think there's a lot of guys who are ready to be there and pick up where Alejandro left off. So last night, Winter and Ja go on a romantic date, which looks great. Ja and Winter are in a good place. But as you guys remember last week, Chantel put some thoughts in Winter's head regarding the first proposal where Ja proposed to her 6 years ago at the beginning of their relationship, where Winter said no, and Chantel made it to Winter's attention that he didn't tell you about his son then, and if you would have said yes, you guys would have actually been married at this point and you still would not have known about his son. It actually got Winter thinking, because she did think that it's very odd that he kept saying, I wanted to tell you when the time is right, but they would have been married at this point. So Winter brings it up during the dinner, which was supposed to be a proposal dinner, a second proposal from Ja. And Ja decides to say that he doesn't remember actually proposing to Winter, even though Winter has vivid memories of it happening. She remembers exactly when it happened, how it happened, where it happened. And she said that this is actually making her feel like he dismisses things that she says, and she feels like he's controlling her and he doesn't take her seriously and he's not listening to her. And I actually agree. To tell someone that something did not happen when they have recollection of it happening is making someone feel crazy and making someone feel inadequate, and that is not something that you want to do in a relationship. So that great place that Winter and Ja were in just moments prior is starting to look pretty rocky, because she can't ever trust anything that Ja says, because it seems like Ja will lie and even tell her what she can believe and remember in her recollection, which is pretty crazy. So that was everything that happened this week. Next week is going to be even more intense, guys. We're going to continue watching Chantel and Pedro on their journey to find their first home. And we are also going to be seeing everyone in the Dominican Republic for the holidays, and from the previews, you guys already know it's going to be crazy. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm George Mossey. This is the Family Chantel Podcast, episode 3. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I live tweet the show every Monday night. And make sure you go on my website, georgemossey.com, for all of my podcasts and other content. And make sure you're following everyone from the show, Chantel, Kieran, River, Winter, Megan. Make sure you guys are following everyone, Pedro, so you can keep up with what's going on the show. And I'm going to talk to you guys really, really soon. Thanks for joining me, and make sure you join me next week for Family Chantel Podcast, episode 4. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.